Hello, everyone, and welcome to Susquehanna University's online performance of The Three Sisters. I'm your dramaturg, and I thought, what better way to start off tonight than with some fun facts? Did you know that while the Russian army was technologically behind at the time, depending on the bayonets before bullets mindset, the army at the time was actually pretty powerful physically. One of the requirements was, until the end of the 19th century, of course, to be recruited into the army, you had to meet a certain chest and height minimum. Very interesting. Not to mention the grueling training the soldiers were put through. This would lead to a national pride within the army. The idea that the Russian soldier and just the average Russian were very fit. Interesting, I know. Oh, and another thing.
I'm sorry,
Did
you have to stop. The play hasn't even begun, and this is my Zoom directorial debut. Actually, it's my directorial debut that happens to be on Zoom. And I think this is too much exposition. People came here tonight to watch a play, not hear about one.
You heard her. The people want action. We practiced this. You were only going to have 30 seconds for a curtain speech. This has been a minute.
Fine. But can I add one more thing? Can we at least address that while we revere Chekhov in the Western theater for his universalities and his themes such as love, longing, boredom, and loss, we cannot ignore that such universalities are only credited to playwrights of the Western canon who are typically white men.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Dear audience, Chekhov is great. He wrote absolutely fantastic plays. You'll like the play tonight, I think. But it's not without problems when theater should expand its representation beyond the same old shows again and again.
I mean, why is Shakespeare still the most produced playwright in the country? His work is great, but it's well known for a reason. And there's no rights cost.
This is also part of the reason we're doing Chekhov. It's in the public domain. Lots of publishing houses right now wouldn't give us rights despite all this if we did it on Zoom. But how do you do theater safely or allow our audiences to see it if not Zoom? Now anyone can watch this. Anywhere. I mean, with Wi-Fi. Oh, I'm going on and on. I'm sorry. I'm lecturing them. This is your fault.
It is the dramaturg's fault.
I'm joking.
That was a joke.
Audience, you did not come here for a presentation. With some flaws and a few inevitable hiccups, we hope less and less tech ones for yourselves or us, we present The Three Sisters, a Zoom adaptation. This is still a new adaptation, so we are sort of working out the kinks here and there.
We know that your internet or ours may fail us from time to time. This or maybe this. Just be patient. It will likely resolve and you can always rejoin us by logging back in.
And that's why I'm here to help where I can. IT is always ready in 2020.
You don't need to make an appearance, but thanks. We asked that you be patient. We remind you that you can join us on Twitter to live tweet the show at 3SistersSU or at 3_SU. Tweetsies have been something happening in theaters for some time now, and since we can't get the collective audience experience in space, we can still enjoy it on Twitter. Like, someone tweeted, another week of Zoom rehearsals. We open November 12th through the 15th. That's it for now for the tweet updates.
Awesome. Also, one more thing.
You do this now and you're getting less time at the end of the show.
Fine. Name day. First act mentions name day a lot. Long ago in Russia, it was common that parents would name their child after a saint whose feast day it was, and you could only christen your child after the name of a saint. This was true for the Russian Orthodox Church as well.
And that's it. Good people watching, please enjoy the show.
In the home of the Prozorovs, or at least as close as you can get it because we're on Zoom. But imagine it's May, midday, and it's a beautiful spring day. Olga, Irina, and Masha are in the room.
Can you believe it? Father died a year ago today. Your name day, Irina. It was cold and snowy. I hardly felt like myself, and I thought I could barely get through the day. You just stood there, unmoving. I remember how the band played, and how the church bells chimed, and the fire guns at the cemetery. And although he was a general, I remember thinking, why aren't there more people here? Was it the snow that kept them away?
Olga, why are you recalling all of this? God, it's depressing.
Nevertheless, it is warm today, and we can have the windows open. A better memory. 11 years ago today, Father was given the brigade, and we moved here from Moscow. Do you remember how Moscow used to feel during this time of year? All the flowers and the warmth and the sunshine and everyone out and enjoying it. This morning I woke up and felt the sunshine on my face, and I thought, God, wouldn't it be wonderful to be back there again? Masha, you know how much I hate the humming. I was teaching all day, listening to the students talk and gossip and making annoying sounds. Now I have a headache. I feel myself aging every single day. The youth just oozing out of me. And now I come home and still have to hear annoying sounds. And every day I wake up wishing and hoping.
Wishing and hoping to go back to Moscow, sell this old house and everything in it.
Yes, let us dream of Moscow. Let's go there quickly.
Our brother Andre will likely be a professor there anyhow, so he won't be staying around here in this dumb old town. The problem is Masha.
Masha can come spend summers with us in Moscow.
Only God can make it so. At least it is lovely here today. I feel so excited. I woke up and remembered it was my name day, and I then thought of all the sweet memories of when Mother was alive, and I felt lighter just thinking of her. Happy even.
And you look at just beautiful today. You too, humming Masha. Andre! Well, he's let us go a bit, no? And then there's me. My face just thinning with age. I swear, it is the students that keep me older. But I shouldn't think of it. Today I'm home and I feel younger. I am only 28. 28. Wow. Still, there are good years ahead of me, but sometimes I think, God, if I were married sitting at home all day, it'd be better. I'd feel better. I would love my husband and be happy. Maybe.
That doesn't make any damn sense.
I didn't say it made any sense. I said it's true.
Something can't be true and still not make sense, can it?
What? You're not much better, you know, Solioni. You talk nonsense too. I'm tired of listening to you both. Ladies, I apologize. These two deserve my harshness. You don't deserve to hear it. But I meant to tell you all earlier that today, Vershinin, the new commander of the battery, will be here to make a visit.
That is exciting news.
Is he old and gross?
Gross. Because of age, you mean? Oh, we can't all be as youthful and lovely as you three. But no, he is only about 40 or 45. He seems nice, not stupid. He talks a lot.
Is he interesting?
Sure, in ways. He has a wife and mother-in-law and 2 little girls. I hear it's his second wife?
Yes, second wife.
Yes, second wife. I knew that. Oh, but he tells everybody about it. He'll tell you too. His wife seems a bit much. I've heard she has some mental health issues. Quite severe, sad matter. Most of us would leave situations like that, but he feels what Judean stays.
You know what is interesting? With one hand, I can lift up to 100 pounds of weight, but with both hands, I can lift up to 250 pounds of weight.
That was not interesting. What is interesting, let me tell you something I read in the paper today. They have quite the story on hair loss.
Ivan, goodness no.
What is it, child? What?
That isn't interesting either. What is interesting is how happy I am today. I woke up and suddenly the whole world made sense to me. And I know how to live a life. Dearest Ivan, I know now that a person should work, to feel like they have purpose, to put their life through the meaning of good hard work. That happiness isn't about wealth or the moods of the day, but work. You can be a teacher like Olga, or a carpenter, or a shepherd, but humans are supposed to work. I cannot just be a woman who wakes up and lounges about. I have a real and sincere craving for work. So from here on out, Ivan, if I'm not up early and working, stop being my friend.
I don't think you truly know what work really is like. Now, Father used to make us get up early, and while Irina gets up early now, she still lies in bed thinking of all of life's problems. Takes it all too seriously.
You're used to thinking of me like I'm a kid. I'm 20.
Oh, the yearning for work, the dreams of work. I've never really worked much in my life, not really. Never really applied myself or cared to. I don't think anybody in my family cares about work. My mother treated me like a king, and she was surprised when others didn't either. I was shielded from work, protected from work. Oh, but I do feel what you do, Irina. The time may be now when things are changing. That indifference and apathy, the boredom we complain about all the time. Work may be the way out.
I'm not going to work.
Don't count.
Irina, in 25 years, you'll be dead. Vaughn, in 2 or 3 years, you will also kick the bucket. Or you'll annoy me so much I wish I were dead.
Why you annoy me so much? I wish I was dead. I don't think I've really done anything either. Not since college. Never read a book. I don't even read the newspaper closely. But when I do, I find the stories that excite me or interest me and barely glance at everything else. Like here, says there was a guy named Dor Boilabov. But what he wrote? No idea. Wait a minute. I will be right back.
He is no doubt bringing you back a present.
He is so annoying.
Irina, I can't disagree. He's simply awful, always being so silly.
By the sea stands an oak tree green, upon that oak a chain of gold. Upon that oak a chain of gold.
Masha, what are you saying? What is wrong?
Nothing, I should be going.
Really, Masha? With my name day party happening?
I'll be back later in the day. Goodbye, dear Irina. I do wish you to be well and happy. I do too remember, like Olga, the days of name day parties when father was here and 30 officers. It was noisy but fun. And today we barely have a man and a half here. And I've got the blues and feel down, so you should forget all the words I'm saying and we'll talk more later.
You are really tiresome sometimes.
I understand, Masha.
If a woman philosophizes, we call it philosophy. If a woman does it, we call it twiddle twaddle.
I don't know if that's meant to be insulting or clever. You are just terrible.
Be glad you are neither insulting nor clever by saying that.
This way, my good man. My good man. I don't know where our Farapont is.
Hold, did Steve's Wi-Fi ever start working?
No, he just texted me, but then I texted him and then...
Texting him too. He's using his data, but he's having issues with his data plan too.
Not important.
I can do it.
Absolutely not. Yeah, IT.
What about me?
No, I need you here helping me run this thing.
Of course. Right. That has to be the reason.
Yeah, you need me to help with Wi-Fi issue?
That would be great. But can you also jump in and just read a few lines since you've been at rehearsals and we're short an actor and you're here? Didn't you say you wanted to be in a play or something?
Absolutely. Yes.
Great. You're in as Farapont, page 7.
Come in all. From the district council, a cake. It looks quite good. Lemon maybe.
It looks delicious.
You can take it in the other room and thank everyone.
What? Now, why do I say that?
Your character is old and has some hearing loss as a natural indication of his age. Take the cake. She doesn't want it now. We'll be back later.
Have a gift.
A samovar.
Oh, Ivan, what is the point? It's too much.
I just think it'd be nice to explain what a samovar is. While not just used in Russia, these large brass urns were used to boil tea, as well as make... I thought we were doing a break the fourth wall thing. Okay. No, okay.
Listen, young one. I have so little in this world that brings me joy. You three are my most precious treasures. I am almost 60, an ancient old man. Pretty much useless at this age. There is nothing left for me to do but love you and care for you. And if it were not for you, I think I would have died a long time ago. Oh, I've known you, Irina, since you were a baby, when your mother would place you in my hands.
But why such expensive presents? We don't entertain like that anymore.
Oh, nothing here is too expensive. Get that old water back!
Come on again. Wow. Yes, sir.
Here, put this over on the dining table. Get it ready and full of tea. We are celebrating today, for it is our dear girl's name day.
What?
The samovar? Take it.
Once more and louder.
Oh, for the love of Russia. Take this and put it on the table!
Right away, sir.
Sorry for the interruption again. A stranger is here. He's coming out here and lunch is almost ready.
Oh, this is Lieutenant Colonel Vershinin.
Honored to meet you. I'm Vershinin. Pleasure to be in your lovely home at last. How you've all grown. I remember when you were all 3 little girls. I don't remember your faces, but I remember your father, Colonel Prozorov, had 3 lovely daughters. Time does pass quickly.
Ladies, He comes from Moscow.
Moscow? How is it? We miss it. Did you hear that, Olga?
Yes, I studied there and began my service there. I served there for a number of years, as I remember your father did too. I used to visit you all in Moscow.
I thought I remembered everyone, and yet I don't remember you. We have big plans to go back there to live.
I ought to miss our plan. We miss it. It is our hometown and is a part of us.
You'll have to forgive them. We so seldom get to see people here from our hometown. Wait a minute, I do remember you. They called you the lovesick major. The lovesick puppy even sometimes, but only by people who dare not let you catch wind of it. You were a lieutenant at the time, and you were loved, and everyone teased you about it.
Here I thought I was lucky enough everyone forgot that nickname, or they were all still back in Moscow.
I have the memory of an elephant. You had a mustache then, too. You look older now, though.
Age does that. Back when I was the lovesick type, I was young and in love, but life changes.
Hardly any grays on you. You may be older, but not old at all.
Aren't you kind? 43 makes me feel older. How long ago did you leave Moscow?
11 long years. What street did you live on?
In Old Bashmani.
We lived there too.
I also used to live at Nemetsky Street and then the Red Barracks. There was this gloomy bridge on the way where the water makes such a noise underneath can make a lonely man feel melancholy. But here, what a great river you have nearby.
You say that, but it is cold and surrounded by bugs. The most you can do is look at it from afar.
No, you aren't seeing it clearly. Here you get the full Russian climate, forests, rivers, birches. Aren't birches the most beautiful tree in the world? It is nice to live here, but it is odd that the train station is 15 miles away and no one can tell me why.
I know why. See, if it had been nearer, it would not have been so far. But if it had been farther, it would not have been so near.
This is his favorite joke.
Rashinin, I think I do remember you.
Oh, you do? I remember your mother. I can see her in your faces now that I take a good look at you all.
Their mother was the finest woman if there ever was one. Oh, may the kingdom of heaven be hers.
She is buried in Moscow.
No, she is not.
I'm already forgetting her face. People will one day not remember us either. They'll forget what we look like, who we are.
This is the fate of life, and nothing can be done about it. What one day matters so greatly will another day be forgotten. It's a curious thing. We can't possibly know what will be great and important and what will seem entirely ridiculous and pointless. Once the works of Copernicus seemed useless, and the writings of people we call genius today were thought of as full of nonsense. Today, the choices we make and the lives we lead, will they not one day appear to people strange, old-fashioned, or perhaps even wrong?
Who's to say? Perhaps someone will one day look at this moment in time and remember it to be a great one, and it will be remembered with respect. These days. No torture chambers, no invasions, no unscrupulous executions. Yet we are still so unhappy.
Oh, he's gonna start philosophizing now.
Shut up. The realization that shut up. The unhappiness we all experience now is realization that although we know more than all those before, most people still remain small-minded.
That's our brother Andre playing.
He's the cultured one in the family, educated. We think he'll be a professor. Father's path was the military, but he's taken a different one.
Oh, his father wished.
We've been teasing him because we think he's fallen in love.
This young lady living here. She will be here today, I'm sure.
Oh, but the way she dresses, it's not that her clothes are ugly or out of fashion or anything. They're just, well, sad. I mean, she'll put on a bright, tacky yellow skirt and some red blouse and the weirdest shoes. Andre is not in love with her. I refuse to believe it. Besides, I heard yesterday that she's going to marry Protopopov, the chairman of the rural board. Good for them. Andre, come in here.
Andrei Sigerevich, our brother.
My name is Rasheen, and I am the new battery commander.
Well then, I congratulate you. My sisters have likely been annoying you profoundly. It takes such little time.
Quite the contrary. I've had the luxury of boring them.
See this pretty picture frame Andre made me? Andre gave me today. He made it in that frame above the piano. He made that too.
He reads, writes, and plays violin and makes things too. He's good and talented all the way around. Andre, now don't go. He's always trying to run off.
Oh, leave me alone, please.
Oh, lighten up, Andre. Vershinin here was teased by us for being the lovesick major, and he was not at all offended when we brought it up to him.
Not at all.
And I think now we should call you the lovesick violinist.
Or the lovesick professor.
Andre in love, our brother in love.
Oh, that's enough, all of you. I hardly slept last night and barely feel like myself. I was up reading all last night and couldn't turn my brain off. I just kept thinking of more ideas, and now the sun is up early. While I'm here this summer, I have one goal, to translate a book from English.
You read English?
Yes, our father was quite demanding with his want for us to be educated. Thanks to him, we all know some English, French, German, and Irina knows Italian too. But what has it cost us?
He means that in this town, education is not a gift. It's a luxury. No, it's not even that. It's like having a sixth finger. Not much use. To know a great deal that is completely unnecessary in a place where no one knows much is a burden.
I don't believe that this town is so dull and backwards that intelligent, educated, and charming people like yourselves are unnecessary to it. Let us do a thought experiment. Let's say there are 100,000 people living in this town that is, as you say, backwards and uncultured. You cannot conquer the mass of darkness and ignorance by yourselves. You go on living. You have to give into these realities, and you still won't disappear without a trace after you. Maybe there are 6 here, then maybe 12 that are bright. One day, your kind is the majority. A couple hundred years from now, the world will be filled with unimaginably intelligent, wonderful people. This is life. You hope for a better day, maybe not for yourselves, but for a future us, and you still know more than your father, your grandfather, and the many before. Life works this way, slowly. It extends beyond this moment. Who we are and what we do matters beyond our last breath. It creates possibilities for life in its many incarnations beyond us.
I think I'll stay for lunch.
That should have been written down.
You say that life on Earth will be wonderful. That's true, sure. But in order for that to be, who knows when, we must prepare for it now. Work for it now?
Yes, this is how it is. I don't think I noticed before all these lovely flowers in this room. This is a delightful home. I've spent my life always in one wretched lodging house or another, always the same chairs, sofas, some art on the wall that is forgettable and hideous. I see now what I was always missing were flowers.
Yes, the flowers are great, but the work, we must work. I know you think I, the German, is getting sentimental, but I am Russian, through and through. I can't even speak German.
Sometimes I think about life and starting over again. If you could do it again, what would you do differently? I try not to repeat myself at all. I'd have a house like this, full of ideas, flowers, and light. I'd not have married, or not like this.
Hello, dearest Irina. Let me congratulate you on your name's day. Wishing you good health and everything else that a lovely young woman like yourself would want these days. Oh, and I brought you this book as a gift. It is a history of the school written by yours truly. In it, you will find a list of everybody who has studied at the school for the past 50 years. Greetings, everybody else. Oh, my name is Coolidgen, teacher at the high school. You must be the new commander, Vershinin.
You gave me a copy of this dull book at Easter.
Oh, rats. Give it back. Colonel, you must have it. One day when you are bored, you can read it.
That is very kind. I must be off.
No, you can't go.
Lunch will be served shortly. Stay and eat with us on my name day.
I feel like I have intruded. I did not know it was your name day and did not congratulate you properly. Thank you for the dining invitation.
Let me show you to the other room and pick your brain about some of the news I heard.
Today is Sunday, a day of rest. Let us enjoy the company of today and rest accordingly. The Romans were healthy because they knew how to rest after a long week's work. Everything in their life was fitted into this framework. Our old headmaster used to say, everything in life must be fitted into a framework. Everything has its place. Like my dear wife, Masha here, my loving wife who loves me. And these curtains, although they should be taken down now that winter is gone and summer is here, they also look dusty. I believe today is in the greatest of spirits. Masha, today at 4, we'll be going to the headmaster's house. A fun excursion is planned for teachers and their families.
I'm not going.
Why is that?
Well, can we talk about this when not everyone is around? Fine, I'll go. Just shut up about it, please.
It is settled then. We'll go to the headmaster's after this little meal. Lovely meal, I meant. Masha, I really think you should give him more of a chance. He is truly an excellent personality in a way about himself. Sure, he is a little bit older and his health isn't the greatest, but he is just splendid. Just yesterday, he said to me, I am tired. So tired.
Oh, thank God.
Lunchtime. And we have some splendidly indulgent pie for everyone to enjoy after.
Oh, Olga, I have been meaning to tell you. I was working late last night and...
Your dining room. Make haste.
Pie? Oh, no one told me there would be pie. Oh, lucky day indeed.
Just don't drink. It isn't good for you.
Oh, you? I haven't in some time. It has been a whole 2 years since I've been drunk. But what does it matter anyways?
I just don't. I'm sorry, I am. Damn it, I just don't want to go to that foggy, old-brained headmaster's house.
This is simple. Then don't go.
Yeah, then don't go.
That's easy for you to say. You're not a woman, and you're not married to him. Life is just insufferable.
You need something to eat. And maybe some pie. Pie makes life sufferable.
Pie is life.
Masha, get in here. Here's to your health, Colonel. I am the schoolmaster and member of this family. Masha's husband. Lovely Masha. She is just the kindest.
Hell!
Pie.
Tusenbach. Psst, Tusenbach.
Yes? What is it?
Masha, she is so sad today. I know she despises her husband. She married too young. At 18, she thought he was the smartest, but now she knows better. She's older. He is kind. He tries. He's just not
Not the smartest.
So you've noticed.
What else is on your mind?
Solioni. I don't like that man. He's off-putting to me. And he says stupid things all the time.
I know. He's a weird one. I think he's just shy. If you get a chance to be alone with him, he's intelligent and friendly, but with everyone, he doesn't know what to do, so he just becomes bullish. Wait, Irina, before we go and join the others, I want to talk to you for a moment. You are 20. I am almost 30. We've had many, many days together. You must know of my full love for you.
Really? I didn't pull you aside to talk about love. This was just time to gossip.
I have this deep, passionate craving to live a full life. I am ready to struggle, to work. Oh, but then there's you. My soul has this need for you because you're so kind, beautiful, and bright. You make life almost too beautiful. What do you think?
You think life is so beautiful, but what if it only seems that way? Life for us, my two sisters and me, has not felt beautiful. We are stifled by it, like plants choked by weeds. I can't. I must work. I will work. This is why so many of us are so depressed and feel so gloomy. We have no idea of what it means to work. We come from people who despise the idea of it. And you want to talk of love?
Rena, you are already here, and I am late. I think my hair is good, yes. Dearest Irina, come. I wanted to congratulate you on your name's day. so many visitors here too, and I feel shy.
Natalia Ivanova, how are you, dear?
I feel a bit nervous. This is such a big party, and I'm underdressed.
Oh, nonsense. First of all, you know these people. There are people. And second, wow, that is not at all underdressed. Perhaps we can tweak it a bit?
Well, what is wrong with it?
Well, it's a bit much, no? I'd hate for Irina to be upstaged.
Everyone, a toast. Dear Irina, I wish you a good husband. Isn't it almost time you started thinking about marriage?
Ooh, speaking of Natalia, ooh, I hope we hear your engagement soon too, no?
Yes, but Natalia already has herself a suitor. Irina here.
Hey, I'm going to make a speech now about the limits of marriage on a young woman's life.
Really, Masha? You cannot read the room sometimes.
What is this black vodka made out of?
Black Beatles.
Well, okay, I think I should tell you all about the supper tonight. Roast turkey, pie with apple. It's going to be truly delicious.
That is music to my ears!
Greetings all. Pardon our interruption, but it looks like you may start lunching.
Yes, we are truly sorry for the interruption.
Yes, we are.
You are not in this scene, Farapont. And why are you both doing bad accents?
Okay, I did tell them they could experiment with dialects, but I only meant during rehearsal. Not now, guys. These are not good dialects. They're not performance ready.
My apologies. I misread the print here. Good day, all. You know, I'm still trying to work on Steve's Wi-Fi, and I'm really sorry.
Stop talking, black your screen, and go.
We really think they add something to our character and to the show.
Yes, we needed to take some artistic risks with our parts, given that they aren't in the show that much.
No, we are not doing dialect work. Just say the lines as written.
You heard her. As written. Actors.
Okay, I would just like to snap a couple photos of you all. Candid shots, all right? Are you ready? 1, 2, great. One more. 1, 2.
Congratulations and best wishes. What a lovely day and lovely weather.
Pose, Irina. All right, let's see. Yes. All right. Okay, yes. Perfect. You may move now. You are looking quite stunning today. But your silly little spinning top makes a nice sound too.
That is very nice. Thank you.
By the sea stands an oak tree green, upon that oak a chain of gold. Why do I keep saying that? That phrase has been haunting me.
13 at the table.
I am in this scene.
Oh no, you aren't the superstitious kind, are you?
Nothing of the sort. It is said, however, if there are 13 at the table, someone here is in love. Is it you, Ivan Romancevich?
I'm an ancient and a sinner. Love? Not for me. But dear Natalia. You look pale. Are you all right? Apparently not. Let's eat!
Yay!
Don't worry about them.
I'm ashamed. I don't know what's the matter with me. I don't like that they make fun of me. I can't help it. I know I shouldn't have run out.
My dearest, they're only joking, and they do it in kindness. They are all kind-hearted people who love me and you.
I am just unaccustomed to society standards the way that you and your sisters are.
My sweet, do not worry about it. Believe me when I tell you, I'm happy with you. I feel my soul filling with love when you're near. My dearest, I want you to be my wife. I love you, I do. I love you as I've never loved anyone.
They kiss via Zoom. We didn't know how to properly stage it without weirding you, the audience, out. So here I am, underutilized as a dramaturg, to tell you they kissed via Zoom. Act 2, same room as before, but evening and winter Very cold, Russian cold, because it's Russia in winter. A year later, Natalia enters in a dressing gown.
What are you doing, Andre? It's nighttime and you are still reading. Do you see a light outside?
What do you want, Natalia?
I was looking to see if there was a light outside. It's carnival and everyone's acting a bit silly and too wild. I think someone should be diligent to make sure nothing goes wrong. What's the time now?
8:15.
Doesn't it occur to you that Irina and Olga aren't home yet? Still at work. Poor women. Olga at the schoolhouse for the teachers' council and Irina at the telegraph office. Also, I'm afraid Bobik isn't feeling well. Yesterday he was feverish and today cold all over. I'm scared. Genuinely.
Natalia, it is okay. It will be okay. The boy is fine. This is how children are.
We must be careful about his diet, though. You have to stay on top of these things so there aren't more problems ahead. Nevertheless, I'm told that those in costume are going to be here at 9 tonight. It would just be better if they do not come, Andre.
Come now, they've been invited, you know.
The baby woke up this morning, looked at me and smiled. Good morning, Bobik, I said. Good morning, darling, I cooed. He laughed because he understood. Children can understand very well. My point being, Andre, it would just be better if the carnival party does not come in.
That is for my sisters to decide. They give the orders here.
Very well. I will speak to them. Also, talking to the doctor about health. He insists you must eat nothing but borscht or you won't get any thinner. Bobik is cold today, so I should check his room. I'm afraid it's chilly. We should put him in another room until it's warmer. Like Irina's room. It's perfect for a nursery, dry and sunny. She could share a room with Olga. She's never home to sleep anyway. Andre, why aren't you saying anything?
1, I was thinking. 2, I have nothing more to say.
Well, I have something to say to you. What was it? Oh, yes, Farapont. He came from the Royal Board and wants to speak to you.
Let him in. Good evening. Good to see you. What is it now?
The chairman has sent a book and paper of some sort. Here it is.
Thank you for this, but it's past 8. Why are you here so late?
What?
It's past 8. It's late at night to be stopping by.
Once more.
This isn't a bit in the play. Get the line. It's past 8. It's late.
Terribly sorry.
8. Late.
I thought we were going for a more organic process here. I can see now that we are not. I came before it was dark, but no one here would let me see you. Too busy, they told me. Well, of course, you are busy, but I am not. So I waited. Late. Past 8.
Tomorrow is Friday. We haven't a sitter, but I'll come all the same and do work. It's sort of dull at home. Farapont, you must know this feeling, how life changes and deceives a person. Today, for example, I was so bored and had nothing to do. I picked up this book full of old university lectures and laughed, thinking how much this once mattered to me. Here I am, the secretary of the Royal Board. I am the secretary, while Protopopov is the chairman, and what I dream of every night is to be a professor at the University of Moscow, a distinguished man of whom all Russia is proud. That dream seems so far away.
What did you say? I don't hear all that well.
If you had, I probably wouldn't be so honest. I need someone to talk to. My wife doesn't understand me. I'm afraid of my sisters. I think they'll laugh at me if I'm honest with them and make me feel ashamed. I don't drink. I don't like restaurants all that much either, but I have this fantasy where I'm sitting in Tyestov's at Moscow, enjoying the best drink and food I can imagine.
A contractor was saying at the board the other day that there were merchants in Moscow eating pancakes. One ate 40 and died. Maybe it was 50. I don't remember. Still dead.
The best thing in Moscow? You can sit in a large room at a restaurant and no one knows you, and you know no one. Yet no one feels like a stranger. But here, you know everyone and everyone knows you. But still might as well be a stranger.
That same contractor says, well, maybe it's not true, but there's a rope stretched right across Moscow.
What? Why would that be?
Don't know. The contractor said so, though.
That is nonsense. Have you been to Moscow?
No, never. It was not God's will. Should I leave you alone now?
Yes, you can go.
Well, that was a lovely walk. Now, if you want my opinion, I've got a bold one for you. Perhaps it isn't true in other places, but in this town, the most decent, well-bred, and honorable people are in the army.
I'm thirsty. May I have some tea?
They'll soon be bringing it. Can I tell you something? When I was 18, I got married, and I was afraid of my husband because here he was, a teacher, and I had just finished school. My perception of him was he was this learned, clever, important man. A teacher. And now...
Yes, and now...
Well, I don't mean to be speaking badly of my husband, for I'm used to him, but people in general, civilians, so many are ill-mannered and rude, it upsets me. When I'm around my husband and the other teachers, I'm simply miserable.
You know, it makes no difference if they are civilians or military. Both are equally uninteresting. Here, if one listens to the educated class, they will hear the same things. Worried to death about their wife or children, worried about their house or estate. A Russian has so many exalted ideas, yet why is it he always falls so short in life? Why is he worried to death by his wife and children? Why are his wife and children worried to death by him? Everyone is consumed with worry.
You are rather depressed tonight.
Maybe. I had nothing to eat all day. My daughter is not well, and when they are sick, I'm the worried man I speak of. I feel guilty that this is the mother my children have. If you had seen her today, we started arguing at 7 in the morning, and at 9, I slammed the door and walked out. I never talk about it, not really. It's only with you I say these things, except for you. I have no one. You are a wonderful, exciting woman. It's dark, but I see the light in your eyes. I do love you. I love your eyes. I love how you move about a room when you think no one's watching, but I see you. I see you so well. I dream about you too.
Oh, when you talk like that, I have to laugh. I think because it frightens me. Please don't do it again. You may say that you love me again, though I do like hearing it. Oh, someone is coming. We should talk of something else.
I've got a 3-barreled name. My name is Baron Tuzenbach von Alpshar, but I belong to the Orthodox Church and I'm just as Russian as you. Oh, there's hardly any German in me, not even a dose of Black Forest left. Nothing perhaps but the patience and perseverance with which I bore you. You know, every evening I see you home.
I just need to make a quick interjection about the Germans and the intersection of Russia and Prussia and how that integrated.
No, you do not have the carte blanche to make random appearances for trivia's sake.
Sorry. Forgive me, Masha, Verschinnen, Tuzenbach, Irina, audience.
Very tired all of a sudden.
Every day I happily come to the telegraph office and walk you home, and I will continue to do so 10 years from now, 20, endlessly, until you tell me not to, of course. Oh, hello, you two. How are you?
I am home now. I had a day. A lady came in to telegraph to her brother in Saratov that her son died today, but she couldn't think of the address, so she just addressed it to Saratov. Can you believe that? She was crying, and then I was rude to her because I couldn't figure out how to help her. Then I told her I couldn't spend all day fixing it. It was so stupid. Ugh. Are the carnival people coming tonight?
Yes.
I just need to sit down and rest. I am so tired.
Every time you come home from the office, you seem like this sad, young raindrop.
Because I am. Working at the telegraph office, I don't like it.
You look thinner, too. And younger, even?
It's her hairstyle that does that.
Be quiet, both of you. I do my hair like this so it isn't in my face at work. have to find a different job. What I wanted, what I hope for is the very thing this job doesn't have. It is working with no real poetry or purpose. It has no deeper meaning than a message here or a message there. I don't like it. The doctor should be almost here. The doctor and Andre were out at the club yesterday, and supposedly Andre lost again. 200 rubles.
Well, what can we do about it now? It was yesterday.
The other week he lost money. In December he lost money. I wish he would just hurry up and lose it all so we can leave this awful town. Moscow. Every night I just dream of Moscow. We should move there in June, even though it still means we have to suffer through half a year here.
Natasha will not hear of his loss of money.
Does she even care? You are quiet tonight, Alexander Ignagovich.
Oh, I'm lost in thoughts. I keep hoping for tea. I'd give my life away right now for some tea, but if no one has any, we should have conversation of some kind.
We should. About what?
What? Let's think. How about what life will be like in 200-300 years from now?
Oh, I imagine we will not be alive then. There will be men who fly over the land in balloons. Coats will look different, and we will all know how to use our sixth sense. Oh, but in 1,000 years, life will be just the same, difficult and full of mystery and happiness. Oh, and some of us will be wanting tea and say things out loud like how hard this life is. And much like us, they too will be afraid of their own deaths.
I don't know. Everything on Earth changes by degrees. It's already changing right here in this room. In a couple 100 or 1,000 years, maybe a new happy life will exist. We won't know and we won't get to enjoy it, but we work for it now. We even suffer for it as we try to create it for those after us. That is the purpose of our existence and maybe even our happiness.
What's so funny?
Nothing. I've been laughing all day.
You know, I went to the same school as you, not the military academy. I read many books, but I realize I do not have a great taste for selecting them. Yet here I am getting older and all I want is to learn more. My hair is almost gray, yet I know so little. Yet, despite that and my educational shortcomings, I still understand what matters most. We must work now and happiness will come for those later.
You don't think it's useful to dream of happiness now? What if I am happy?
You are not.
Huh, it is quite clear that we do not view life in the world the same way. How can I convince you you are wrong? There it is. No matter the day, the year, 300, 3,000, laughing does not change. It stays the same. It shows our happiness. Like migratory birds, sure, they fly backwards and forwards. They may even have big or small ideas about life, but they still fly the same patterns year after year, and everything else is irrelevant, even their philosophies about it.
Does any of it have meaning?
It is snowing outside. What's the meaning in that?
Well, I think a person should have faith or seek it, or else life feels like meaningless and empty. To not know why the birds fly the way they do, or why babies are born, why stars exist in the sky. A person should know what they are living for, or else life feels like nonsensical waste. Gogol says it's dull living in the world.
Masha, that is quite the good punctuation of the conversation. Good round, friends. Hard to disagree or agree.
Balzac was married at Burichev. I mean, that's a headline. I should write that down in my book. Balzac was married at Burichev.
You all know I've resigned my commission.
I heard. I don't see why. I never liked civilians.
I don't have the right disposition for it. I'm going to do real work instead. If only I come home one day so tired that I fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow.
Good evening, all. Irina, I bought these chalks for you. Here you go. Saw them on the past store and a penknife.
You know I'm that little girl who wants silly gifts. Ooh, but I like these.
I also bought this knife for myself. Oh, look at it. Impressive.
Hector, how old are you?
These, what are these dialects?
They don't make any sense for the characters or the region.
Every time I appear is not a chance for you to appear. I'm handling this.
I just feel like for the audience's sake, a dramaturgical note should be given. Audience members, none of this makes sense for the characters or the region.
Stop them. She wants them stopped. Right?
Yes, these are not good.
Fine. How old are you?
Me? I'm 32.
Do you hear all that wind today? It is something. The sound of it chills me.
I am simply sick of winter. Russian winter is beyond compare. I think I've completely forgotten that summer exists altogether.
We should go to Moscow. Am I coming out on top?
No, the 8 goes over the 2 of spades. So that means you aren't going to Moscow. It's a sign.
Smallpox is hitting hard here.
Masha, come get some tea, dear. Excuse me, sirs, I've forgotten your names.
Can you bring it to me?
I'm coming, dear Masha.
Our last guest. So, Leonie, you know how we were talking the other day about bright children? I was just thinking about Bobik. Even yesterday, Bobik understood what I was saying. I said, "Good morning, Bobik." He looked at me in quite a special way. It's because he's an extraordinary child and knew what I meant.
If he was my child, I'd fry him up and eat him.
What is wrong with you? You are rude and vile, you know that?
I don't think happy people notice whether it's summer or winter, I think. If I lived in Moscow, I wouldn't care either.
The other day I was reading the diary of a French minister who wrote in it during prison. He wrote with such joy and enthusiasm describing birds from his prison window, things he didn't notice when he was just a minister. After he was released, he stopped noticing the birds again. Moscow is like that. You won't think of it so fondly once you are in it. Happiness does not exist for us. We only long for it in its absence.
Some sweets and some pastries.
So Leonie ate them all.
I was hungry.
Excuse me, sir. There's a letter for you.
From my daughter? Excuse me, I must leave. Always a problem back home.
What's the matter?
My wife poisoned herself again. Horribly unpleasant it all is. Until next time, my love, I'll slip out back.
Dear, where'd the commander go? His tea is getting cold.
Give it to someone else, Anfisa. He had places to go.
Masha, what is wrong with you today? My dear, how your moods strike you. I will excuse myself to serve your brother.
I want in on the card game. Make space and drink your tea so she doesn't come back and bother us all.
You're in a mood, Masha.
If I am, why point it out? It doesn't make me any less so. Don't talk to me and don't interfere.
Uh-oh, you better all leave her alone. Don't talk to her.
You may be 60, but you have the brain of a rotten schoolboy.
Masha, must you talk like that? You're such a pretty woman that it's unimaginable you do not socialize in better circles. But then you open your mouth, and I remember why.
Oh boy, someone have any brandy in here? This is getting good.
Il paraît que mon DG Bobik DG no pop. Bobik is awake and not feeling well. I must tend to my child.
Where did Vershinin go?
Home, the wife, again.
Hey, so Leonie, you always sit by yourself thinking deep thoughts. Come, drink some brandy with me. What's wrong with you?
What is wrong with me? Are you trying to pick a fight?
You always make me feel as though we've had a bad history. It's odd. You can be a strange, off-putting man, you know that?
I am strange. Who is not strange? Goose Finja no Tovarsk. A goose is not a pig's friend.
What? I don't follow.
When I'm having a private conversation with someone, I am fine. But here, always around so many people, I just feel anxious and out of place. I say idiotic, brash things. But I'm not strange or an idiot or vile or rude. I can prove that I am a kind, conscientious man.
You say this, but every time we have talked, you have said terrible things to me. Oh, but still, I like you, I think. Well, let's drink and forget it.
Let's. But I do want to clear the air. I bear no ill will towards you. I actually have the temperament of a romantic poet, like Lermontov.
Very good, as it should be. Did I tell you I turned in my papers? I'm going to work, real work. Do you all hear that? I'm going to work.
Great! I was just telling Irina here about the onion soup I once had. Oh, in the meat course was this chick hartma. Oh.
That isn't meat, it's a plant like an onion.
What? No, it's like a mutton, roasted. It's just so delicious.
Oh, no, you're wrong. Chermasha is an onion.
And I'm telling you, chick hartma is a mutton.
I repeat, chermasha is an onion.
Why even argue with you about it? You have not been to the Caucasus and eaten this dish.
I haven't eaten it because it's not good and it smells like garlic.
All of Russia! Stop this stupid conversation. I can hear it in the next room.
When is the carnival party coming?
They said 9 and they said promptly.
Then let's have a drink, Andre, to our everlasting friendship. I'll go to university when you do, friend.
Which one? There are 2 universities in Moscow.
There's one university in Moscow.
No, wrong. There are 2. 2 universities in Moscow.
There may be 3, for all I care.
But there are, in fact, 2. The old one and the new one. And if you don't care to hear it and repeat things that aren't true, I don't need to be in this room with you.
Well done, Andre. Friends, I would love to play an instrument for you, but alas, I am fresh out of piano. Oh, here one is.
No more loud piano songs, please. A baby is sleeping. Dramaturgical, I have a note for you.
What is this all about?
We all should be heading home now. Good night, friends.
Good night. Time for the show to hit the road.
Wait, but what about the carnival? They haven't come yet.
Irina, they aren't. Natasha, well, she says Bobik isn't well, so I don't know anything about it, and I don't care either.
Bobik, not well again.
This won't be the last time either. It isn't Bobik that isn't well, it's that woman. She's petty and adulterated and hates fun.
Such a shame. But children do get sick. I will bring him a toy tomorrow.
I even took a nap today so I could be up all night. It's only 9.
Let's go to the street. We can talk and make new plans.
Yeah.
You know, I never got married. Never had the time. Life has flashed by like lightning. All those years ago, it was your mother I was in love with, but alas, she was married.
Don't romanticize it. Marriage, I mean, not my mother. One should never get married because it's just so boring.
True. I've heard others say the same, but the loneliness. Say what you want about being bored in a marriage. Loneliness is a dreadful feeling that creeps in every night, and Harley's good bed company. No winning.
Let's go outside.
Oh, it's chilly out. There is no rush.
My wife is the rush. She'll stop me if I don't. I'm not going to party too much. I don't feel myself these days.
I think I've had that feeling. I don't know how to tell you to fix it. Let's sneak out the kitchen.
Where did everyone go?
They all went out or home.
So you are now here alone?
Looks like it. Good night.
I behaved badly, without manners or restraint. I am sorry for that. But you are not like them. You are pure and good. You see the world this way. You understand me. I can tell. I love you. I must say it again. I love you deeply, infinitely even.
Good
Yes.
night.
Yes, this is the truth.
Good night. You should go home.
I cannot live without you. I know this is a lot, but you have these exquisite, marvelous eyes that I've never seen before in any other woman.
I don't want this.
For the first time in my life, I am speaking of my love to you. And I feel like I'm not even on my body on this planet anymore. I'm floating above it all, but I still see you in front of me. There are no happy rivals I can have. There must not be. I will kill any rival, my exquisite being.
God, you're a lot. Would you stop now and go home?
Thought I heard voices. Andre's reading, I believe, so we must not disturb him. Oh, Vasily! Did not realize you were still here. I am in my nightgown.
Good night it should be. Good night. Bye, my angel.
Irina, you should go to bed. You look tired.
Is Bobik asleep?
Yes, but not soundly. Which reminds me, I was hoping I could talk to you about your room. Bobik's nursery is just too cold and damp for his young body, but your room is perfect for him. Would you mind moving into Olga's room?
What?
You would be in the same room as Olga, and Bobik would be in your room. Oh my, so this morning I said, Bobik, you are all mine, and he looked at me with these great big eyes like he completely understood. I think I hear someone. Olga?
Sorry for the interruption, mistress. Protopopov is outside with a sled and he has asked for you to join him.
Me? Must be carnival fun happening. He is so strange. And he asked me. How funny. Well, I suppose I can go for just a moment, maybe a quarter of an hour.
I will walk you to him, as it can be a bit slippery out there.
But there is no one here, only Irina.
They all said they were expecting the carnival people?
Everyone left.
Masha too? Where could she have gone? And why is Propotitov out there with his sled? Who for?
I am too tired to answer all of these questions, most of which don't have great answers.
You can be such a stubborn kid sometimes.
It has been a long day for everyone. I'm beat too. Our headmistress is ill, Irina, so guess who is taking her place? And I have a headache, and everyone is talking about Andre losing all that money gambling.
That was an exhausting meeting, Olga, no doubt about that.
Misery loves company. I too have had quite the night. My wife nearly poisoned herself. It's fine. She's fine. It's a relief. Should we go out and celebrate, not lose the night entirely, Fyodor Ilyich?
Sorry, sir. I cannot. I'm too tired. Did my wife go home?
I think so.
Then I should follow her. Good night, all.
Looks like I'm going out alone. Better out than home. Good night, ladies.
My entire body aches. My head, my shoulders, my fingers, my elbows. And you won't believe the gossip. Andre losing at cards again. I'm going to lie down. Tomorrow will be better. I'll feel better. It will be better. You know, no one ever tells you when you're growing up what adulthood really feels like. It's just the acknowledgement of your body's unknown expiration date, ligament by ligament, and on that cheery note, good night, Irina. Sleep well, sweet sister.
To Moscow, to Moscow. If only I was going to Moscow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Three Sisters. Last time we left off, Olga and Irina still had hopes of going to Moscow. Andre and Natalia are married with a child.
We talked
Not to
about
mention
this. This is all great information, but we are already asking so much of this modern audience to sit through Chekhov, the Three Sisters no less, while on Zoom. Can't keep giving you space for your explanations, as great and informed as they are. In fact, we are already running long and are trimming more out of the back end of the show.
Again, I texted you this. Are you checking your text?
In the middle of a play? No, I'm actually watching and enjoying it.
No, during intermission. He's not checking his text. Did you hear that? Not checking his text. We have a system. Also, my update. Contact our box office at 570-372-ARTS to reserve a digital ticket. That's it for the tweet updates for now.
Check your texts and wrap this up.
Please read my email later, audience. It will be full of everything I'm omitting right now. Olga and Irina's bedroom. Time has passed. It is now 2 o'clock in the morning, and there has been a great fire in town.
You should see everyone downstairs. I said to the young girls, come upstairs, but they cry. They don't know where their father is, and they're worried he's hurt. And all the poor souls in the yard. And they're all undressed too, just fled their houses in the mix of it all.
I've already filled it up with some clothes. Here's a sweater, a few shirts, and here's a few blouses. What a horrible thing to have happened. Sounds like all the Christopher tree has burned down. And before Vershinins, they had that terrible scare, and now their entire house was engulfed by all those flames. And poor Fiditik, sounds like everything he owned went up in flames as well.
Olga, dear, you put Farapont back in here. I can't carry this all downstairs alone. My back can't handle it.
I try calling him again. Farapont! Farapont! Take these, Farapont, please. And to the young ladies, please give them these. There's more clothes already at the top of the stairs.
Of course, missus. I hope you're all okay. You know, in 1812, Moscow burned too. Quite terrible.
Right. Well, thank you. You may go. Give them anything you can, nurse. But we mustn't let the Vershinins go home, though. Fedotich can stay in the Barrens. I believe Andre is already there. The doctor, of course, is drunk, so no one can go in his room.
Olga, dear, may I plead with you for a second? This is personal, but please don't send me away. Please, I beg of you, please don't send me away.
No one is sending you away. We wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you, dear. I so treasure working here. It's my one last pleasure in life. I do still try to do my best, but I'm older and weaker now. And if I get sent away now, where would I go? I'm 80 years old. No one would take me in, not now.
Dearest, your family. Please, sit. Tonight's been quite scary. It exhausts the nerves, and you look tired, so please, sit.
Hello, all. They say we need to make a committee for assistance, whose houses have been burned. Everyone must help the poor, especially the rich. Bobik and baby Sophie are sleeping, and sleeping so soundly you'd have no idea the house is such a commotion. And there are people everywhere. And of course, it's flu season, and I worry that the children will get it.
In this room, you can barely tell that there have been fire damage or smoke. It's so quiet in here.
Gives me a moment to tidy my hair. The chaos everywhere has left me so unkept. Masha, is she asleep? She's so tired, poor woman. But Anfisa, why on earth are you sitting? Don't we pay you to work during the day? Get up and go see if you can be helpful.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
I really don't understand why you keep her around. She's too old to be of any use. She's a poor old woman, and she'd be better elsewhere, out in the country somewhere. But you all spoil people here. You keep useless servants in the house and run it like a charity house. It should have more order. And look at you. It costs you your youth. You look so tired and worn down. You're a headmistress now, and so much responsibility is on your shoulders. When Sophie is in school, how lucky she'll be to have you as her headmistress.
I won't be headmistress then.
You will be, Olga. It's settled. It's fate.
Then I will simply refuse fate then. I can't. And I won't stand you for being that rude to our dear nurse. I find it uncomfortable and it makes me feel nauseous just to have her here to talk to that way.
Forgive me, Olga. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Me? What about her? Forgive us, Natalia, because we haven't been brought up that way. Yes, we do not think that because we have more money that we are better than her or anyone. That attitude is oppressive, and it makes you feel ill just to have to think about it.
Dear Olga, I meant nothing by it. I often say too much and let my thoughts tumble out of my mouth. But you have to see the truth too. She is old and weak, and she'd be better suited out to the country somewhere.
She has been with us for 30 years.
But she can't work now. She earns pay for giving you tea. I don't understand it or why you defend her so vigorously. She doesn't do anything except sleep or sit.
So she sits then.
I really don't understand you at all, Olga. We have a nurse to help with the children, a wet nurse for the baby, a housemaid, and a cook, and they all do actual work. So why do we need this old peasant woman huffing and puffing up and down the stairs?
While this night alone has aged me 10 years, this conversation has aged me 20.
When you are at the school teaching, I am here. You teach and I look after the house. If I say something about the servants, I know what I'm talking about because I'm home all day. And that old woman, that thief of pay, that old hag, she should be out of the house tomorrow. I won't have people working in this house like that, Olga. I won't.
Is Masha here? Masha, it's time to go home.
I'm sleeping.
The fires are dying down. Only one part of the town got burnt. Badly, but only one part. The wind didn't help any. For a moment there, I thought that it would spread to the whole town. Thankfully, it died down. Boy, am I beat. Olga, sometimes I think if I hadn't married Masha, I would have married you. You are such a fine, decent woman.
What do you want?
The doctor is wildly drunk again. I think he's making his way up here. Can't you hear him clumsily making his way up the steps? I should hide.
No drinking for 2 years. And now this. Excuse me while I go check on the people downstairs.
Oh, the devil should take them all. Those people down there, they think I'm a doctor and can help. But I've forgotten everything I learned and know. I don't remember nothing about it. So they are left down with the devil. Last Wednesday, I treated a woman. Poof! She died. Poof! It's my fault. 20 years ago, I knew things and knew how to help them. But now, poof! Nothing. I might not be a man at all. I just pretend to be one with arms and legs and a head. If only I didn't exist at all. The other day, people were talking at the club about Shakespeare and Voltaire. But did I read them? No, because I know nothing. And then I thought of the woman again from last Wednesday, and it's as though everything is nasty and ugly and forgettable. So I got drunk instead.
Just sit up here. It is quieter. No one else will come here.
The soldiers saved this town. The whole town would have burned down. There are truly great men out there.
What time is it?
It's nearly 3. It's almost getting light again.
Everyone is down in the dining room. No one is leaving anytime soon. Slioni's down there too. Doctor, you must go to bed.
I'm all right. It's all right. Thank you.
He is a bit befuddled and drank too much. In vinos veritas, as they say, good doctor.
Everyone has been asking me to put together a benefit concert downstairs for the families who lost their homes.
That would be very nice indeed.
I just realized that I'm so dirty from the fire, and here I am upstairs in private rooms. My apologies. I heard word yesterday that we will be transferred, likely far away, like Poland or Cheetah.
I heard that too. And the town will be a wilderness again.
We should go too when you all do.
Jeez, I'm so sorry to interrupt all of this. I broke this clock here. I didn't mean to, but I pulled the hand right off.
That was Mother's clock.
Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I didn't break it. But it looks like I did. We don't even know if we truly exist. So does this clock exist? I know nothing and no one else knows much more. What are you all staring at? Oh my God. And Viso Veta. Speaking of it, do you know our dear Natalia is having an affair with Protopopov? Oh, we act like we don't see it. Oh, we don't know and we act like we don't see it. Shh. Sit here and see nothing while she goes out with him at least once a week. Anyone want a fig or a date? Oh, I think I just saw some almonds.
Well, that was something. Masha? You know, the fire began and I was running home as fast as possible. As I came closer, I saw that the house was safe, but there were my daughters standing in the doorway in their nightgowns, their mother nowhere in sight. Everyone was running around with horses and dogs and loud noises, but there were my children and these faces. Their faces were all I saw, but also all I could hear. I could hear the alarm, the horror, even though they weren't making any noise. And then I thought, what else could these children have to go through? I took their hands and ran with them, but I could think of nothing else. But what more could they have to go through? And then I come here with them, and their mother's here, already, alone. She left without her daughters. She left them at the house. She was just here screaming and angry about something completely unimportant. Someday, someone will look at us and how we live, and they will look at us in horror. They'll ask of us, how were they okay with this? They believed these things, and they will look at us in horror and fascination. And life will be wonderful for them. I'm sorry. Here I go theorizing again in the middle of the night. Is it okay I talk about these ideas? I know you say now there are only you three in this town, but someday there will be more and more educated, generous, civilized, and broad-minded people. These people will have more knowledge at their fingertips than ever before, so they'll have no reason or excuse to be ignorant. These people will be better than us. They will know more about the world than us. Sorry. I have such a longing for a better life. Somewhere.
Tram, tam, tam.
You make music all the while. Tam, tam, tam.
Twa la la.
La 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 la.
Burned to ashes, all burned to ashes. There goes everything that I had owned in this world. Oh boy.
Are you finally doing a Russian dialect?
Am I? Is this one?
It isn't.
It isn't a good one, but
keep it. It's close enough. Moving on.
That is a bit odd to laugh at, no? Is it really all gone?
Everything that I had. My guitar, my camera, my letters, everything that my family gave me. A notebook I meant to give to you. Gone in the fire.
No, not you. You can't be in here.
How can the Baron be here and not me?
We should go. How's the fire going?
It is indeed dying down, but I still don't understand why the Baron gets to be in here and not me.
Tut tut, we shall go. Let's go back to the dining room.
Fine, so be it. Would hate to explain myself further for fearing I provoke the cows in here.
He is so brash, and he smells like smoke and tobacco. And now it smells like it in here. And now the Baron is asleep.
I am not. I am only tired. So very tired. Irina, you're just so lovely and beautiful. It's as if we don't need a candle when your eyes light up the room and your smile is warmer than any fire. But I know you have felt down. You should come with me when I go to work in the brickyard. We should go and work together.
Oh, God, go home, Tusenbach.
I didn't see you there, Masha. Very well, I am going. Irina, I remember on your name day you talked of working and the joy of it all. You spoke with such ambition and confidence. I too dreamed then of a happy life. What became of it all? You should get to bed, it's quite late.
This is the longest goodbye in history. Go.
I am. Bye, dear Irina.
You too, Fyodor. Go home.
My dearest wife, I was resting my eyes. Come home with me.
She's already comfortable and in bed. Go home. She'll see you later today.
Very well. Night, my sweet one. She really is a wonderful woman. For 7 years you have been my wife, and it feels like just yesterday we were married. And I am content. Very, very content.
And I am bored. Bored. I am bored. And I have this gnawing thought in my head that I simply cannot let go. Finally say it out loud. It's awful. It's about Andre. He mortgaged the house and his wife has grabbed whatever money she can, but this house doesn't belong to just him. It belongs to all four of us, and he should know it.
Why bother with it, Masha? Why do you care? Andre has debts drowning him, and that's all there is to it.
It's still revolting.
We are not poor. I work, I give private lessons, I do my duty. We are doing just fine.
It's not about the money or just about the money. It's about the injustice of it. Go home, Fyodor.
You are tired. I will step out for a half an hour or so and let you sleep for a moment. For I am content. That's right. I am a very content man.
It is awful what Andre has done. He has grown up to be a petty, dull old man because of that woman. Once upon a time, he wanted to be something. A professor, remember? And now he brags about becoming a member of the rural board as if that's a life accomplishment. And of course, Protopopov is chairman. The whole town laughs and talks about Andre, first the gambling and now the affair, only he is oblivious. He just sits in his room and plays violin. Everything is awful. I can't take it anymore. I won't, I can't.
What is the matter in here? Irina, what is it? What is it?
Where has everything gone? Where is it? All the dreams and hope. My God! I have forgotten everything of any use, and everything left in this head of mine is just a tangle. I can't even remember the Italian word for a window or ceiling. I was this bright young woman who knew Italian, and now I can't remember any of it. Every day I forget something else, and it's all slipping away. And we'll never go back to Moscow. I know it. We'll never, ever, never go back.
Take a deep breath, Irina.
And work. I can't work. I'm not going to work. It's not good. I've had enough of it. I have been a telegraph clerk, and now I have a job with town council, and I hate that too. I despise every minute at the job. I am only 23, and I spend all day at these mindless jobs while Italian phrases continue to seep out of my mind. My brains are drying up. Even that sounds like something a stupid person says. And nothing is fun or satisfying. And so this time, moving further and further away from a decent, real, beautiful life. I'm in despair, and I don't get the point of any of it.
Don't cry, Irina. Please don't cry.
I'm not crying. It's just over. I'm not crying. I won't.
Dear, as your older, wiser, and best sister, I think I saw a smile there. Nevertheless, as someone who is a wee bit older than you, take my advice and marry the Baron. We are women. There are only so many options that we have to make our lives wonderful, or at least better. Marriage is one of them. I do understand how you feel. But you respect him and he's not terrible. Looks are meh, but he's kind and good, and one does not really marry for love. You marry because it gives your life a sense of duty. I would marry tomorrow regardless of love. Whoever proposed, I would marry. Even a dried up old man, I would marry, because what is the alternative? To come home, work tomorrow, come home again, sleep, and work more tomorrow? Forever?
Moscow. Moscow was the alternative. I kept thinking we would move there, and there I would meet him, the man of my dreams and want to love. But I see it's all nonsense now, isn't it?
I do understand how you feel. You know, when the Baron returned from the army in normal dress attire, he seemed smaller, less intense. It took my eyes a moment to adjust to how different he looked. He asked, and what more could I say? My point is, I know he's not the best catch. I get that, but if God meant for you two to be, then I think it would make me happy to know that you married a man who truly loves you. And that is not a small thing in this harsh world.
You two, marriage, bleh. I have to confess something, related in a way, but you must know everything. You must finally say it out loud. I am in love. Real love. The very thing you talk about, Irina. You know him, of course. I love Vershinin.
Oh, God.
Oh, when I first met him, what am I to do? When I first met him, I thought he was just this strange man that I pitied, but we talk so much. And he tells me things he tells no one else, and I love him. I love his voice, his ideas, his fortunes, his daughters.
I am hearing none of this. Whatever nonsense, silly schoolgirl fantasies I might be having, I am hearing none of this.
Silly, Olya. It's my fate, my path in life. I really love him. And he loves me. Oh, it's all so dreadful, isn't it? Is it wrong? My dear, sweet young sister, what will become of us? When one reads a romance in a novel, it all seems so boring and easy to understand. But then you fall in love for the first time, really in love, and nothing makes sense. Or maybe it does, but nothing else does. Or maybe it's just that nothing else matters anymore. I've confessed, and now I'll stay silent, but I finally had to tell my two loving sisters all about it.
What is it? Why are you following me in here?
I told you on the way up here, Andrei Sergeyevich.
No, you are not to address me as such. You call me your honor.
Fine. The firemen wish leave, your honor. But they want to go through the garden. Otherwise, they have to keep going round and round and round. It's an awful waste of good time.
I don't care. Yes, it's fine. Tell them it's all fine. Now, shoo! Olga, I've lost my key to that little cupboard. Can I have yours? You've all heard the fire is dying down. Big one it was. Big one. I shouldn't have talked to Fairpont that way. Your Honor, I care about that kind of thing. Really? All of you want to act sad and be moody? Olga. Masha. You too, Irina? Seriously. Fine. Let's just get it out in the open. What is it that you have against me now?
Right? Not now. It has been an exhausting day and night. You should be in bed.
I am asking you calmly. Coolly, even, what is it that the three of you have against me?
La 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 la. Good night, Olya. God bless. Good night, Andrei. We will talk, leave them be. We will talk more in the morning.
Really, Andrei, just drop it. We should be in bed.
I'll say what I have to. Then I'll let you go to bed. Okay? One, you have something against my wife. I've noticed it from day one when we got married. She is a great woman, wonderful, exceptional, honorable. I love and respect her, and I insist on you respecting her too. You hear me? And the three of you having something against her is like a bunch of picky old hens. It's cliche to be the sister-in-laws who don't like the new wife. Second, you seem angry and disappointed. I'm not a professor. I had all that education, and here I am. But I am now a member of the rural board, and I find it noble and a good use of my learning. I am proud of it. It is a big deal to me. Third, I mortgaged the house without asking you. Yes, that is my fault. I'm sorry for it. I have debts. 35,000 yearly. I'm not gambling now, but I still have debts to pay. But you all have privilege as women. Yes, you are the entitled ones. You get pension, and I don't. I don't. So I know you won't listen to me. But Natalia is an excellent woman. When I married her, I thought we would all be happy, all of us in this house. But I ask you to please believe what I say. You can't believe what all the others say. You can.
Andre, do you hear that? The loud singing downstairs?
Doctor. A drunk because he is tricky.
What a night! My ears can't believe everything they've heard. Did you hear that the brigade will be leaving? Transferred someplace far away.
It is just a rumor.
We would be left alone here in this town with these people. You are right. I respect the Baron. I will marry him. But I still want to go to Moscow too. There is nothing better in this whole wide world than Moscow. So we will go, Olga. We are still going to Moscow.
Dramaturg, can't hear you.
Hello? Oh, there you are. Act 4. Act 4, outside. Warm weather again. More time has passed. It is 12 in the afternoon. Chibutikin sits in a good mood.
This is the 4th act. Who writes plays in 4 acts? Chekhov, that's already been running for an hour and 43 minutes. Let's just make this last one a bit spiffier for the audience. Tighten up those pauses, no weird dialects. Let's just make this a good one. Did we ever get Steve's Wi-Fi working or figure out the problem?
Nope, still working on it. I think his computer might be the problem, but I don't mind playing Farapon. It's the most notable thing that's happened to me this year. I mean, theatrically.
Let's just make sure it's fixed for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be right on that.
Hard to believe this is it. You are a good man, Fedetik. A good man. So glad we got a chance to know one another. You too, Rode. A good man. Goodbye to you both.
All the goodbyes are so hard. Until we meet again.
I do not think so. I think it is goodbye for good. I don't think our paths will cross yet again.
Oh, you don't know that. And here I am getting all sentimental about it.
I know it. We will meet again. Someday.
In 10 years, maybe 15, when we both won't remember and hardly recognize each other, and we'll both coldly say to each other, hello, with a strange look in our eye trying to piece it together. One more for Rode. Smile.
Goodbye, Tusenbach. We likely won't cross paths either. And you too, Irina. Thank you for your kindness and hospitality while we were here.
I pray to God we all do get a chance to meet again. Until then, write to us.
This has been nice. Goodbye to these tall trees. Goodbye, lovely home. Goodbye, kind faces. Goodbye to everyone and everything here.
I think you will all get married in Poland. You will find nice Polish wives who will cook for you big Polish meals, and she'll clasp you in her arms and call you Kochani.
We shall see. Well, we have less than an hour, so Leone is going on barge. That is going with a rank and file. 3 divisions going today, 3 tomorrow, and then the town will be all yours and peaceful again.
Then comes the boredom.
Where are the others?
Out in the garden.
We shall say goodbye to them too. Quickly though, all this is making me feel sad and missing that eternal feeling of home we so rarely get to keep.
Religion. Well, let us souvenir for you. Notebook and pencil. Here you go. We leave from here to the river. До свидания, friends.
Za naszą drużbę.
Damn it! That was better than the dialects! Next time, we're saying all our lines in Russian.
Right? Like, I think we should really give the audience the Russian experience. Right, guys? We can add captions on Zoom, right? Or like add it in the text box or something.
The scene.
They're gone. They're really gone.
Have you forgotten your cherry goodbyes to me? I'm setting off tomorrow. In a year, I'll be on the retired list. Then I'll come back here and spend the rest of my life near you all. 1 more year until the pension, then I will come back. And I will be a quiet, well-behaved, God-fearing man.
You will hear no argument from me. There are things you need to change.
I know this. I accept this.
This old man is incorrigible and always will be.
You should be kind and merciful to me. Maybe I will change all the quicker.
Theodore shaved his mustache off. I can't even look at you.
Everyone does this nowadays. Everyone shaves. Even me, can't you tell? Nobody likes it, but I like it. I am content with it.
I just feel so uneasy. What happened on the street yesterday? I heard that Solioni and the Baron met near the theater, and he didn't keep his temper and said something really bad.
Oh, this story. Once, a teacher wrote at the bottom of an essay the word nonsense. None of the students knew what it meant, however, they all thought it was a Latin word. Misunderstandings can happen over the smallest things. What we know is Solioni loves you and hates the Baron. It is the order of life. Quite understandable, seeing how wonderful you are, Irina.
Everything puts me on edge today. All of my belongings are packed, and after dinner they will be taken. The Baron and I are getting married tomorrow, and the day after I start school. So much change and so many new beginnings. How will it all go for me? We'll see. When I passed my teaching exam, I cried. Real tears. I hadn't felt something like that for so long.
I wish you success in whatever shape it comes.
Me too. You are so good and kind. A little piece of my heart will always be here with you.
Hard to believe that today is the day. All will be off, and our town will go back to being the same old small place. I have a lot to be thankful for myself, like my wife, Masha. I do truly love her. One never knows how life will turn out. Once, a classmate of mine was expelled just because he couldn't understand ut consectivium. That was it. And now he is poor and ill, and I am fortunate and successful. It doesn't hurt that I'm also intelligent. Not that that means you are happy. Has our dear old headmistress come by?
No, but they sent for Oya. If you knew how lonely and hard it is to live here without her. Now that she is headmistress, she is busy all day and lives at the school. So here I am alone. Lonely and bored. Bored and alone. But one can dwell. Moscow is not my fate, so it must be. It is all in God's hands. So when Nikolai Livovich made me a marriage offer, my mind was made up. He is a good man. Kind, generous. And I felt lighter after agreeing. Yet there's still this nagging feeling of uneasiness, and I can't pinpoint why. Let's go inside and say goodbye to the rest.
thought he would never leave. He is so smug. I was hiding from him.
Oh, Masha, you remain the same.
I know. Isn't it delightful? Did you really love my mother?
Yes, I did.
Did she really love you?
That I can't remember.
Is he around, you know who? Happiness is a rare bird, isn't it? You only get it in bits and pieces, and then you lose it altogether because it flies away. I stand before you, a woman who is losing hers. I feel like I'm just aching inside. I still think of our poor Andre, all the hopes we put on him to be this great man and great professor. The time spent, the money spent, the wishing spent. Oh, now all of that's lost and gone too, and I have no idea why or how it all came to be.
God almighty, it is noisy in that house today. When will they go?
Very soon. And I'm going tomorrow.
For good?
Can anyone ever truly answer that? I don't know. I think I'll come back in a year, maybe. Not that it really matters.
And our town here will once again be empty. It's like someone put an extinguisher over it. What's that I hear about something happening at the theater yesterday?
That was nothing. Dumb masculinity on display. Let's see. Solioni was annoying the Baron, then lost his temper, and it ended with him challenging the Baron to a duel. It's almost time for them to meet, I imagine. See there. Just half past. This is Solioni's third duel.
Oh my goodness, you should stop them. He may wound or even kill the Baron.
Who cares? The Baron is a good guy. But will the world mourn one less Baron?
To take part in a duel, in my opinion, even with the doctor around, is simply immoral.
It only seems that way. We aren't real. Nothing is real in this world, and we don't exist. So, ergo, nothing matters really, even a duel.
All you do is speak fantastic gibberish. It's such a weird day today. Feels like it could snow at any moment. When Vershinin comes, will you tell me?
It is so strange to think our house will be empty again. The officers going, you going, Irina getting married. It will just be me.
And your wife.
A wife is a wife is a wife. She has good qualities, but she's no better than living with some petty, clean pet. She's not an overall good person, if you'll forgive my honesty, old friend. I love her, I do, but she's also vulgar, sometimes cruel, and just often not that interesting. I live with this person I know I love, but I really don't even remember why.
Listen, young man. I'm leaving tomorrow. And that may be it. So listen to me speak plainly and wisely. Leave. Put on your hat, pack a light bag, and leave. And don't look back. Go far. I don't think your wife would even notice. Or stay. You know, life choices.
Doctor, it is time.
Can't wait. Andre, if anyone asks, tell them I'll be back soon.
How do you feel, old man?
Well, like I'm having the best time of my life.
You know I have to do this. It's a matter of principle. I'll shoot him like a bird, quickly and swiftly. And here, smell me. Can you smell me?
You know that I can't.
Right. Well, I smell great today. Whole bottle of cologne. I am ready for this moment. I was made for this moment to defend my character.
Your Honor, papers for you to sign.
Again, every day you harass me. Leave me alone, please. I beg of you.
But sir, you must. Damn it.
I think Andre is the only person in all of town who is glad that the officers are leaving today.
And we'll all be left alone here, Just us.
Excuse me, Irina. I'll be back directly. I have to handle something for a moment.
Why? Where do you have to go?
I have to go into town to see some comrades off.
Okay. You sound so off today. You aren't getting sick, are you? What happened yesterday at the theater?
Nothing, really. Bye, my sweet. I'll be back shortly. You are such a beautiful woman. 5 years I have loved you, and I still can't believe we are getting married. And now that I know that, you are even more of a delightful woman to me than ever before. We will work, we will be rich, and you are my dream come true. I promise to make you the happiest woman you can be. There's only one thing. You don't love me.
No, but I can't control that. I'll be a faithful and good wife to you. But no, I don't love you. I've never been in love. I dream of it and have for years, but my whole soul is like a piano on which no note has been played. Oh, you look so uneasy. Was it all this talk about me not loving you?
A bit. I also didn't sleep at all last night. I just feel so worried. Say something to me, something encouraging.
There.
Huh. What little sayings take on such importance? Usually you hardly notice them. Now you savor them. I feel the same way about those trees out there. Beautiful life under them each. Bye, my soon-to-be wife.
How about I come with?
No, you know, I didn't drink any coffee this morning. Could you get me some?
Very well, dear. Just a moment. Practice for our married life together.
Andrei Sergeyevich, the papers, sir, they are government papers. I did not make them up.
God, where is it all gone? Remember when I was young and happy, when my dreams were possibilities? When we all get so boring and uninteresting? Our town here has existed for a couple 100 years and a few 100,000 people over all that time, yet there's not one saint. Not one who is known for art or who lived passionately in a way we all talk about. Everyone here eats, sleeps, drinks, and dies. They gossip, they cheat, they lie. And all of us live this life of no remark.
Sir, the papers.
You annoy me.
You know, I heard that there was 200 degrees of frost in St. Petersburg. They say that 2,000 people were frozen to death. People were just terrified. In Moscow or St. Petersburg, one of them.
One day we'll be free from all this. We'll be free from sloth. We'll be free from cabbage, from naps after dinner, from parasitic living. My dear sisters, know my heart. My lovely sister Masha. Look at her down in the garden.
What are you shouting about out here, Andre? You'll wake the baby.
No one is shouting. I'm talking quietly.
Well, try even quieter.
I'll look at these papers, Fairpont, and sign the rest soon. And you can take them to the roll board.
Oh, dear Bobik, come here. Olya is here. Can you say hi to Aunt Olya? Bobik, get your finger out of your nose.
Look at our garden back there. Everyone just walking right through it.
I gave some money to the musicians that were playing out front. Oh, Irina, dear, I see you. I miss you, dear. Living in the government flat with Olya has been quite an experience. But honestly, it's the best I've lived in my entire life. The house is so big, and I have a whole room and a bedstand to myself, all at the government expense. I've never felt so happy.
Dear Olga, we are almost off, so I'm glad you are here. I wish you all the good things and then some. Where's Masha?
The garden somewhere. I'll go look for her.
Please do, as it's almost time.
I'll help Irina. Reminds me of the old days when the kids were younger and I'd be sent out to get them for supper.
All good things must come to an end, right? I've grown so used to you all.
Do you think we'll ever see you again?
I fear it is not likely. My wife and children will be here for another couple of months, so I ask if they need anything or anything happens.
Do not say another word. We will look out for them. Isn't it funny how you can see a memory forming sometimes as it's happening? You're all leaving, and I can already tell that I will be looking back on this moment for years to come. It is the marking of things that never seem to last. Even our own hopes. I didn't think I would be headmistress, and yet here I am. I thought I'd be going to Moscow, and now it seems like that'll never happen. Oh, where is Masha?
Life is hard, isn't it? So many of us seem to be stumbling about blank and a bit hopeless, but I believe, maybe I have to believe, that someday, sooner than later, life will be better. It's funny. In the old days, people used to celebrate the marching of soldiers entering or leaving town. Now it too feels like a relic of the past. We search instead for something better. What will be the next thing we lie in the streets to watch and wave at? It is time for our goodbyes.
Goodbye, Vershinin. I would kiss you, but you know.
Olga's watching?
Sure, that's the reason.
Write to me, Masha. Please don't forget me. Oya, be kind to your sister. I must go.
What now?
Cry, my wife, cry. You are allowed that, and I won't say nothing. Your sisters here are my witness to that. We can just go back to the way things were, and I won't say one more thing on the matter.
Calm yourself, Masha. Steady yourself.
I'm not crying now. By the sea stands an oak tree green, on that oak a chain of gold. Cat is green, the oak is green. Forget it now. My life is a failure. I want nothing now. Why does that phrase keep haunting me? All my thoughts are in a tangle.
Let's go inside now.
I don't want to.
Okay, Masha, let's just sit out here and enjoy the sound of the breeze in the trees.
The three sisters. Look at you all. Irina, hard to believe you're moving, and now I feel a bit sentimental about it. Oh my, but Sophie will miss you, and little Bobik. Oh, but isn't Sophie just the most beautiful baby? Today she looked at me with her great big eyes and said, Mama.
Both are very fine children, it's true.
We'll be lonely here, but lots to do. Cut down all those fir trees there, and that maple. Oh, Irina, your vest. I'm not sure it suits you. You should try something more flattering. But yes, more flowers. We need more flowers here.
Oh, look! There the soldiers go.
Yes, there they go. I so wish them a happy journey. We should go home, Fyodor.
Oh, but I want to show you something inside, Fyodor Ilyich. Our two little ones are already showing such intellectual promise.
Of course.
Yes, we should all go home.
Olga, I must talk to you.
Well, say it. We can all hear.
I don't know how to say this. The Baron Tuzenbach was just killed in a duel with Solyoni.
What? That is terrible, Irina. I didn't know.
I knew better.
I am so sorry. I am to you all. I need to rest. None of this matters.
Listen, even you, Irina, you can hear the band. They go on. They keep going on forever. We're left here to begin our lives again. But we must go on. We must live.
For a moment, I had this glimpse of life coming together. Ooh, how quickly still can fall apart. I hope one day we know why we suffer so. You are right. We have got to live, and I will still work. Tomorrow I'll go to the school and dedicate my life to that, but I will work. Soon winter will come and cover us with snow, but I will work.
Time keeps passing, doesn't it? One day time will forget us, and everyone we knew will be long gone. We'll be forgotten, but But the people after us, they'll be full of happiness and peacefulness. Oh, dear sisters, our life is not over. We will live. If only we knew why we suffered so. If only we knew.
Well, everyone, thank you for coming to the Three Sisters. We have
Q&A was cut. I texted you that.
What? I have all these notes.
Everyone has been sitting here for 4 acts of Chekhov on Zoom in November. But if you have questions, please email one of our 4 lovely dramaturgs. Good night, everyone. We thank you for supporting Susquehanna Theater and the arts in these trying times, even on Zoom.
Have a good night and drive home safe. Get it? They're already home. Special shout out to our lovely director for getting her work published.
Let's have the bow and the credits.